Have you ever felt like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but no one around you can see it? Have you ever found yourself smiling on the outside while inside it feels like you're drowning? If you felt this way, you're not alone. Modern depression is not the same as sadness. It's deeper. It's not just a bad day or a moment of disappointment. It's a constant battle, an invisible war that's fought inside your mind, often without anyone noticing. And for many, the struggle is silent. It's easy to feel like you're the only one. In a world where everyone seems to be moving forward, where success is on display at every turn, it's hard not to feel like you're falling behind. We live in an age where being constantly busy, achieving, and looking happy is almost expected. Social media creates a narrative where everyone's life seems perfect, and your own struggles might feel like a personal failure. The reality is that behind the perfect pictures, behind the filters, people are suffering in silence. Depression is often misunderstood. It's not about being weak. It's not about being ungrateful. It's not about not trying hard enough. In fact, many who suffer from depression are some of the strongest people because they're fighting a battle that no one can see. But what happens when the fight feels endless? What happens when the very energy needed to get up in the morning feels like it's been drained from your soul? The truth is, depression can feel like a thief that steals your joy, your energy, and sometimes even your hope. But it's important to know that this does not mean defeat. It means you are human. You are experiencing something many go through. It's just that for some, the path to healing isn't always clear. The struggle is real, and it's important to recognize that it's okay to feel like this. This battle, though invisible to the world, is not a reflection of who you are. It does not define your worth. No matter how deep the dark clouds may feel, they are not permanent. The sun still exists behind the storm. And if you keep pushing forward even just one tiny step at a time, you can move towards that light. This video is not here to tell you to snap out of it or to make you feel like you should be doing more. That's not the answer. The first thing to recognize is that your feelings are valid. Depression is not a sign of failure. It's an emotional challenge that many face. But just because you're facing it now doesn't mean it has to be your forever. It's a phase, a chapter, but it's not the entire book of your life. And if you stick with me till the end of this video, I promise you this, you'll walk away with practical steps, powerful mindset shifts, and a renewed sense of purpose. This is not just about acknowledging depression, but about learning how to beat it. It's about understanding that you have the power within you to break free. So keep watching, because the journey to healing starts right here. You are stronger than you think, and what you'll discover today might just be the key to unlocking your path to freedom. What if the world we live in today is quietly feeding our depression? Modern depression isn't just about feeling sad. It's about feeling numb. It's waking up and feeling nothing. It's walking through life like a ghost, where everything seems dull, pointless, and heavy. In this fast-moving, hyper-connected world, the human mind is overwhelmed. We were never designed to handle this much noise, this much pressure, or this much comparison. We scroll through screens filled with highlights of other people's lives, smiles, vacations, achievements, and slowly we start feeling like our own life is falling short. We begin to believe that we're not enough, not doing enough, not being enough. But that's a lie our environment feeds us, not a reflection of the truth. You see, modern depression is a psychological reaction to a disconnected life. We've lost connection with purpose. We've lost connection with silence, with nature, with stillness. We've traded deep relationships for shallow notifications. We've replaced real rest with constant distraction. Our minds are always occupied, but rarely at peace. And in the middle of all this noise, people forget how to just be, how to exist without judgment, how to breathe without guilt, how to live without the pressure of performing. The result, a society full of people who appear fine, but are quietly breaking inside. But here's what you need to understand. Depression is not a personal failure. It's not a sign that you are broken. It's a signal, a cry from the soul that something is missing, something deeper, something meaningful. And if you're feeling this way right now, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. It means your mind is trying to protect you by slowing you down. Or it's asking you to stop, reflect, and reset. Modern depression may be real, but so is your ability to rise above it. You are not powerless. The first step to winning this battle is understanding where it comes from. And now you've taken that step. One of the cruelest lies depression tells you is that you're alone. It convinces you that no one understands what you're going through, that everyone else is fine, that you're the only one feeling this heavy, invisible pain. But that's not true. Millions of people right now, this very moment, are walking through the same silent storm. The truth is, we all wear masks. People show strength on the outside, but carry pain inside. The strongest looking person you know could be fighting their own demons. That smile you saw today, it might be hiding 1,000 silent battles. You're not the only one who feels tired, numb, or hopeless. You are not the only one who cries in the dark or questions your worth. What you're feeling isn't strange. It's human. You were never meant to carry this weight alone, but depression isolates. It makes you want to disappear. It tells you to withdraw, to shut down, to avoid the world. And when you follow that voice, the pain only grows stronger. Why? Because humans need connection. We were wired to be together. We heal through understanding, through love, through truth. And that healing begins the moment you understand you're not broken. You're not weak. You're not some outcast. You're a human being going through something hard. That doesn't make you different. That makes you real. Let this sink in. Someone out there right now needs to hear your story. Someone is waiting to know they're not alone either. That's the power of shared struggle. It builds bridges. It creates strength. So take a breath. Remind yourself, you are not alone in this. Others have walked through the same shadows and found the light again. And you will too. One step, one day, one choice at a time. One of the cruelest lies depression tells you is that you're alone. It convinces you that no one understands what you're going through, that everyone else is fine, that you're the only one feeling this heavy, invisible pain. But that's not true. Millions of people right now, this very moment, are walking through the same silent storm. The truth is, we all wear masks. People show strength on the outside, but carry pain inside. The strongest looking person you know could be fighting their own demons. That smile you saw today, it might be hiding 1,000 silent battles. You're not the only one who feels tired, numb, or hopeless. You are not the only one who cries in the dark or questions your worth. What you're feeling isn't strange. It's human. You were never meant to carry this weight alone. But depression isolates. It makes you want to disappear. It tells you to withdraw, to shut down, to avoid the world. And when you follow that voice, the pain only grows stronger. Why? Because humans need connection. We were wired to be together. We heal through understanding, through love, through truth. And that healing begins the moment you understand you're not broken. You're not weak. You're not some outcast. You're a human being going through something hard. That doesn't make you different. That makes you real. Let this sink in. Someone out there right now needs to hear your story. Someone is waiting to know they're not alone either. That's the power of shared struggle. It builds bridges. It creates strength. So take a breath. Remind yourself you are not alone in this. Others have walked through the same shadows and found the light again. And you will too. One step, one day, one choice at a time. There's a truth that depression tries to bury deep inside you. But today, let's dig it back up. You still have a choice. Even when everything feels out of control, you can still choose one thing. You can choose to fight. You can choose not to give up. You can choose to take one small step forward even if you don't feel like it. That choice, however small, is your power. Depression thrives in helplessness. It grows in silence. It wants you to believe you're stuck forever. But the truth is, you're not. Every time you get up when your body begs you to stay down, every time you keep going when your mind tells you to quit, you are choosing strength. You don't have to feel strong to be strong. You just have to decide, I'm not staying here. Life will never hand you a perfect moment to begin again. You must create it. You must rise up while your knees still shake. You must act while your heart still hurts, because healing doesn't begin after you feel better. It begins when you choose better. You're not powerless. You've never been. That spark inside you, it's still there. It might be dim right now, but it can grow. It can burn again. Choose to protect it. Choose to feed it. Choose to believe there's more to life than this pain, because there is. And it begins with one powerful word, choice. Depression creates loops, thoughts that repeat, beliefs that echo. I'm not enough. I'll never change. No one cares. Over and over again until those thoughts start to feel like reality. But here's the truth. Those thoughts are habits, not truths. Like any habit, they can be broken. Negative thinking doesn't happen by accident. It's built through repetition. But the good news, so is positive thinking. The brain is a pattern machine, and the more you interrupt the negative, the more room you create for something new. That interruption can be as small as saying stop. It can be writing one thing you're grateful for. It can be choosing a different response, even if it's just once a day. These small changes break the loop. They weaken the cycle, and slowly they open space for light to come in. You're not your thoughts. You're the thinker. And once you realize that, the chains start to crack. You've been too hard on yourself for too long. You criticize yourself for struggling. You blame yourself for feeling low. You punish yourself for not being better yet. But healing doesn't come from punishment. It comes from compassion. Think about how you would treat a close friend who was suffering. Would you yell at them? Would you shame them? No. You'd listen. You'd care. You'd remind them that they're loved even when they don't feel it. So why don't you give yourself the same? Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's survival. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I'm hurting, but I still deserve kindness. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to earn love. You don't need to earn worth. You were born with those things. Speak to yourself with softness. Treat your wounds gently. The most powerful healing begins with one decision to stop fighting yourself and start forgiving yourself. In depression, everything feels like a mountain. Even the smallest task can seem impossible. But what if you stopped trying to climb the whole mountain in one day? What if you just focused on one small step? Getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, drinking a glass of water. These might seem small, but in the fight against depression, they're huge. They're victories. They're proof that you're still trying, still moving. Celebrate those moments. Honor them because they matter. Progress is not measured in giant leaps. It's built in quiet moments of strength. The brain rewards progress. Every time you complete something small, your mind builds momentum. It says, if I can do this, maybe I can do more. And just like that, the fog begins to lift. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to keep going. One small win at a time. Depression tells you to suffer in silence. It whispers, don't be a burden. Don't talk about it. Handle it alone. But that's how it wins. Asking for help isn't a weakness. It's one of the bravest things you can do because it means you believe there's still hope, that something can change, that you deserve to feel better, and you do. There is no shame in needing support. Whether it's a therapist, a friend, a coach, what matters is that you reach out. No one was meant to heal in isolation. We were built for connection. We get stronger together. So if you're hurting, don't hide. Speak, share, ask. Because the moment you let someone in, the healing begins. Your body carries your mind. And when your mind is in pain, your body feels it too. It becomes heavy, tired, stuck. But movement, any movement, can change everything. You don't need to run a marathon. You just need to move. Stretch, walk, breathe deeply, let your blood flow, let your body feel alive again. Exercise changes brain chemistry. It boosts mood, reduces stress, increases energy. It reminds your brain, I am not stuck. I am still moving. I am still here. Every step you take sends a message to your mind, I'm not giving up. So move, not to look better, not to impress anyone, but to heal. Because when the body moves, the soul follows. Depression thrives in chaos, in feeling like everything is out of your hands. But the truth is, not everything is. You still have control. You still have power. You can't control what happened yesterday. You can't predict what will happen tomorrow, but you can decide how you show up today. You can make your bed. You can drink water. You can write one goal. You can silence your phone for an hour. These tiny actions anchor you in the present. They remind you, I am not powerless. I can create change. Focus on what's in your hands. The rest, let it go. Power grows when we master what we can control. Humans are not meant to heal alone. We need people. We need words. We need someone who says, I see you. I hear you. I'm with you. Even one honest connection, a conversation, a hug, a text can start to undo the damage of isolation. Connection doesn't mean thousands of followers. It means someone who gets it, or someone who listens without judgment, someone who reminds you that you're not invisible. So reach out, be real, let people in. Because healing begins where connection lives. Close your eyes and picture a version of you without this pain. Not a perfect life, but a peaceful one. One where you laugh again, breathe freely again, wake up with hope again. That version of you is not a fantasy. It's a future that can exist. But to reach it, you must believe it's possible. You must see beyond the storm, even when the clouds are thick. Vision gives direction. Even when you stumble, it pulls you forward. Let your dreams be louder than your fears. Let your future speak louder than your past. You are not your pain. You or the person underneath it waiting to rise?